Welcome to the Glam Report, where we turn the spotlight on the latest in beauty, wellness, and aesthetics, unveiling cutting-edge trends, expert insights, and the stories that shape the world of skincare. Get ready to elevate your glow with every episode. Today's episode is a special multi-host event, including Allan Share, who's the president of the Spa Industry Association, entrepreneur and wellness expert Leah Yawn, and Captain Sandy Yawn from Bravo's Below Deck Mediterranean. We're diving into leadership at sea and on land, the power of purpose, and how wellness shapes success. Let's get started.
Well, welcome to the first IECSC duo hosting podcast. I'm here with my friends Captain Sandy and Leah.
Hi.
We're here. Oh, hi.
Hi.
Hi is good. Hi.
Hi.
I'm Allan Share. I run the Spa Association. I'm part of the IECSC team. It's our 30th year in New York City. We've got probably 30 or 40,000 attendees to the show over the few days.
Crazy.
You people are going to go crazy when you hit the floor, and you're going to want to buy a little bit of everything in every aisle.
We need a bag.
You need a bag. We need bags.
Yeah,
bags.
Wait, there's a bunch of guys here. We can get bag boys.
Yeah,
right?
we need bag boys. And,
Right.
and
We have
lots of
everything but the
samples.
golf cart for you too. So I have been at 6 trade shows so far this year, starting early January. This, of course, is one of my favorites. You can go see us at IECSC.com. But doing this podcast is great. I produce the Flock and Gather podcast for our industry. I've done 200 of them, but it's the first time I've done one live in New York and with my friends. So this is even better that you guys are here, and I just
You're a natural.
love. I don't know about that.
Yeah,
Remember, I think I was either telling Sandy or someone else, but my mother says I came out of the womb talking and never stopped. So
perfect.
nothing has changed in
But
my
that's how we met.
life. And I want to first thank Glacial Skin.
Yes.
For hosting us. They make the most amazing equipment. If you've not had a facial from Glacial Skin, it will change your world. So please, if you're at the show, get down to the Glacial Skin booth. And if you aren't at the show, then please find them online and go find someone in your neighborhood, and you'll just love it.
And what is
So-
glacial? Cryo for the face?
Is that a good way of saying it?
What
Cryo for the face.
Cryoaesthetics for the face.
But it's
Cooling
way
device.
more than that.
Way
And the
more.
thing is, they have I see Nicole sitting back there smiling. She's the one who helps me. They have world-class estheticians who
Yeah.
know how to work on the face. And that's part of it, right? And you know that, right? 'Cause-
Yeah, I put everything on her.
Yes,
Good.
look at my face. I turned 60 this year.
No, you
Yes.
did
Yeah.
not.
Yes.
Yeah, thanks to Glacial. Look at this.
You're Glow by Glacial on Dr. I'm not Dr. Sandy.
Exactly.
I'm changing your name from Captain Sandy to Dr.
Yes.
Sandy. So, okay, let's start with you guys both introducing yourself. So who wants to
You
start?
go ahead,
Okay.
baby.
Sandy Yawn.
My lovely wife.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
Captain on yachts.
Below Deck
is my
Med.
real career.
It's your real career.
Yeah.
And we
I
have
am
a lot of fans
maritime-
here too.
Yeah,
so.
and I'm on Bravo. So Below Deck Mediterranean. Tune in and watch it because it's a good TV show.
Awesome. Watch it, she said. Find it on
Yes.
Bravo.
Yes.
Or
and-
Peacock.
Or Peacock.
Yeah.
Yes.
And before you introduce
Yeah.
yourself, I just have to add something in the front. So I knew we were doing this months ago, but meanwhile, I was at a trade show a month ago, and I start talking to this person in the back here and find out it's Leah. And she goes, God, your name sounds familiar. And I look down at her badge. I go, oh, Leah, we're doing a podcast in
Yes.
New York together. And
Go
so
figure.
now we're old
It
friends
was
doing
meant to
this.
be. Now we're text all the time. He's constantly texting me.
Yeah. Can't get away.
Can't get away.
All right, Leah
No.
Yawn, introduce
Yes,
yourself.
I'm Leah Yawn. I've been a medical esthetician in the industry for over 30 years, and I have a skin practice called Skin by Leah. And Glacial actually was the missing component of my practice. And so that's why I'm here. That's why I believe in this so much, because I truly believe in what Glacial represents and what it's done for my clients personally and what it's done for me. So I'm very excited to be here and be here with you and my wife
Leah,
a part of it.
Yeah, and you're truly a skin expert.
Yes.
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 Leah can look at your skin and tell you exactly what you need. And that's
Yes.
We
that's
don't
a
have
gift.
time.
I got a
for
hold
you
of
to
your
tell me
I got a
what-
hold of your face right away, Alan.
God,
She
we
said
don't have
you
enough
need
time to
Glacial.
talk about it. right?
Yes, but I love the skincare industry. I love this entire industry. That's why I was so excited to meet you. I had no idea you actually were the president of the spa industry.
Well,
And the-
we have around 120,000 members across the globe
It's
and
amazing.
growing all the time.
Yeah.
That's
So
why we have security here.
that's why we have to have good security, and
Yeah.
that's why I'm on the road so much as well. So as long as my wife lets me back in the house, everything is fine. In
Yes,
my
let's go on the
world. So
road.
go on the road.
Let's change the world.
Come
Let's-
home,
let's do
right?
it.
Leah, how did you end up in the aesthetic business? Can you give us the short story on
Well,
that?
I was a gospel singer, and so I was touring with music. So you have to look good when you sing.
Yeah.
I struggled with acne. I had cystic acne in high school, so I was super self-conscious of how I looked. I would ditch school because I hated the way my skin looked. So I would go to the ocean and swim in the salt water to try and clear my skin because we didn't have the money. We didn't have all of these options back in the day. So I worked for a medical, a skincare industry called Georgette Klinger. Do you remember Georgette Klinger?
Of course I knew. And Palm Beach, she had her
Yes, Palm Beach
studio.
Yeah, so they kind of took me under their wing when I was 19 years old and mentored me and became super close with Catherine Klinger, her daughter. And we opened one in Orange County, California. And I just fell absolutely in love with the industry, and I wanted to be her when I grew up. And that was it. So I worked for many, many brands, and then I worked for Barney's, Saks Fifth Avenue, Nordstrom. So I learned customer service right away, sales, but in an industry that I was passionate about. So
What I find always, that's one of the key words that people talk about when they say, oh, I'm in the industry and blah, blah, blah. And I always
Yeah.
say why, and they go, I'm passionate.
yeah,
I love it. And you can tell when
Yeah.
people, no one sits there and goes, well, I'm passionate about the industry, so I'm really glad I'm in it. It's
Yeah.
never that big
Yes.
smile. It's always, and
Yes.
everyone
Yeah.
has a story about how they ended up in this industry. Mine's a little different, but I want to share it with you guys because when I first got in this industry, all my boyfriends said, Allan, you're not in a real business. You sell rocks for massage and you sell women's thong panties for waxing. That's not a real business.
Is that a thing?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is. Wait,
it is.
hey, I think there's a seminar on the floor
There's
today
a
too. So
demo.
if you're really
You can go
engaged,
do a demo if you
I'm
want.
good.
you get to get on the table
Yeah.
and watch. Right?
Rip.
If you want to, but we know this is a real business. I think the iSpa stats said it's over 22 or 25 billion this year and growing wildly.
is.
And we noticed that. We're going to talk a little bit about what's going on with tariffs and other things as well. But in the meantime, the show floor is packed. People are showing up in droves. And as I know this always surprises people when I say I probably talked to 300 people yesterday, but
It's true.
right, it's a surprise. People are buying and they go, yeah, the world's turning, but we're still looking for makeup. We're still looking for skincare. We still want a glacial facial.
Yes.
So people show up, good or bad.
Yeah.
It's a great business.
And
to,
I think that
to be
people
in.
are just more aware of the overall health of their skin, and the wellness industry is like
Yes.
booming, and cold therapy is a huge emerging thing now. Like, you know, what cold does for inflammation in the body. And that's why I was so happy they created this machine. Don't you think that?
Yeah,
it's a
especially
whole
if you
thing.
go out and you have a night out,
Yep.
like a big night out, your face gets puffy.
Doesn't look like it. We were out last
It is
night,
a
but
cure all
She
for the
keeps saying,
hangover
go around
face.
the eyes, keep going around the eyes.
Yeah.
you know, I thought we ate dinner. We went to am I supposed to tell this stuff? This is about New York stories.
Oh,
right?
yeah, you're supposed to tell everything.
Okay, then some people peeled off and several of us went to a bar and then somebody ate some more food at the bar. And then on the way back, someone went, I've got to get some pizza at Vito's. And we go into Vito's to have pizza
Yeah.
and there's other spa people sitting in Vito's
yeah.
eating pizza at 11 o'clock at
Yeah.
night. I'm going,
You're all going to swell.
yeah, I'm feeling
Salt.
it this morning. No coffee, only water today
Yeah.
for me. So
It's also great, like if you're on TV
Yep.
or you have appearances, you could go in, get a glacial, and it really resets your
It's a quick refresher, too.
totally.
quick refresher. And it
Yeah.
doesn't take that long, which
No.
is what I love about it as well.
Yeah.
Can we talk about your skincare line, your makeup line?
Yes.
Well,
yes.
talk about it then.
Yes.
Let's hear it.
Well, I love ingredients, so I can't wait to pick your brain as well, and your friend Brian's.
You got it.
So I am all about the health of skin and a treatment for the skin. And one of the things that I thought was missing was an all-in-one tinted hydrating moisturizer.
Right.
And Sandy does.
That's all I have
She's
on.
not a makeup person at
Hate
all.
makeup.
And your skin looks perfect.
Do not
this morning,
Perfect.
too.
So I just went through. We travel a lot like you do, And I could not find a tinted moisturizer that had it all. And that wasn't too glowy because I'm in my 50s. When you put too many glowy things on you, it can age you and make you look older. So I created this product based around Sandy, actually, an all-in-one tinted hydrating moisturizer, and just launched it. It's called the Bare Skin Tint through Skin by Leah, and I'm super excited.
It's a treatment as well as a moisturizer,
Yeah,
which
it's
is
a
really
tinted
great.
hydro
Feels good
moisturizer.
with me.
And you
Is
can
it
mix it with
BareSkinTint.com? Is that where people
just go to skinbyleah.com.
Skin by Leah, Got it. Okay.
skinbyleah.com, and it's the Bare Skin Tint.
Skinbyleah.com.
And you can mix it with any of your SPFs. Mix it with your SPF, because everyone, it's personal, the SPFs, and it's hard to make a SPF. I'm learning too.
Yes.
So there's so much I want to talk about the regulations of starting a skincare business that I had no idea how hard it is actually.
If everything was easy, everyone would do it.
Yes.
Well,
When you're faced with the challenges, you have to see it through, just like Glacial, right? So
Agreed.
they came up with this machine.
Yep.
We met with Tim. We had lunch with him. He talked about the adjustments they made. Everybody goes through that. I don't care.
Can't give up.
I sit next shoulder to shoulder with billionaires that own massive companies. They all do the same thing. When you create something, it's constant improvement, feedback from your clients, and you tweak until you reach perfection, which the only perfect person I know is God.
That's
you know
right.
what I mean?
Amen
So
to that.
you constantly strive for perfection.
Here we go.
Progress.
We got the gospel. Go ahead. Pick out a few more notes. I'd love to hear them.
That's funny. No, good. LeahRayMusic.com.
Funny.
Okay.
I try to get her. She doesn't
yeah.
sing on demand.
But it's so true. Like,
Yeah.
So I would like to eventually branch out of the skin room and do more product creation.
Good. Well, people were lined up at your booth at the last show we were at. So
Yes.
you're doing something right. And I know a lot of that conversation was about you can add it into anything. And
Yes.
a lot of people don't have to change their routines with because
Exactly.
we get hooked on products, right?
Right.
And we like, it's like once you have a glacial facial, you don't want to change. That's what you want all the
Right.
time. And that's a good hook. By
Right.
the way,
Yes,
as
but
well.
also it's the people behind the product, right? So
Yeah.
you can have a great product, but the people behind the product aren't great.
Well,
And
you
that
know,
makes
we-
the difference. So
we-
when you have people like Leah, the people from Glacial, they're great people
Yes.
behind the product
Right.
because it is a people connection and then it's the product.
You mentioned Tim Horn, their CEO, and we all love Tim, but he's just a front man. It's all these young ladies back here who run the show, who do an
I fell in
amazing
love
job.
with
So
them right away.
kudos to all of you
Yeah,
gals
Nicole,
back there
Joanne,
too.
Malia, everybody.
Even you, Mr. Lewis. Okay, don't forget.
Security.
Clark.
We should talk a little bit about why our wellness channel just keeps cruising along.
Right.
It just seems to go and go. And you see people, they're coming on the boat to get well, aren't they? They need a few days off. Okay, it's TV. I get it.
Well,
But
no. People charter because they want to relax, but also have fun.
Right.
Yeah, apart from television. That's a real business. It does, just the state of Florida alone does over $100 billion a year in recreational boating. It's a huge industry, but a very small industry.
Yes.
You know what I mean? But people spend money to be on the water.
Well, I know our friends at OSW One Spa World, they're in Florida and they run like 192 cruise ship spas.
Yes.
And
that's
they're
what we're
almost
talking about.
they're almost booked out before you get to the cruise.
Right.
You can't get to the cruise and decide you want a facial because there's no space left.
Right.
So we know how people like to stay well. I think it's part of we like to live good.
Yes.
Right? We want to live good, and part of that is is that too cliche to say if you look good, you feel good? But
It's true.
right. It is right.
Yes, I ate way too much last night, and my pants are tight, and I felt like blah, And
Yeah.
it is. You are what you eat, and you are what you put on your skin, and your skin is the largest organ, and so it absorbs.
Yes. People
toxins
don't
and
realize
stuff,
that.
and it
It is the
It's-
largest organ.
Yeah.
It absorbs it. Everything is through your skin.
Look how passionate I got her about. Like,
Well, you know,
Were you
in
total-
maritime school, I had to learn how to take care
I
of
was going to ask, were you not into skin at all before, Leah?
No.
No. Did you use SPF though when
Yeah.
you did?
I mean, I am a captain. I didn't
Yeah.
have skin cancer.
Good.
Yeah.
And you don't look like it either, so it's great. So when I play golf, I always SPF and wide hat, and I wear the I forget what brand makes them, but the white
Yes.
sleeves
Yep.
because I don't like Nobody should like that look of saying, oh yeah, I'm getting a lot of sun. I love it. That's not healthy.
So my question is, can you use Glacial on your legs?
You can use it everywhere.
Is the answer yes over there? Yes.
Yeah,
Yes to
that's-
Glacial on the leg.
Even on your knees when they swell up, like a lot of people, right? So it's such a great
Everywhere.
go-to.
You can use it for migraines. I've literally had women who have been pregnant who have come in and they just needed, like, they are getting headaches. I've had teenagers. That's a big one. I'm very passionate about teenagers and what acne does to their self-confidence. Like, it's a real thing. And they come in, and I do their back. I mean, literally you can do Glacial anywhere on any part of your body, to be honest with you, because it's all about inflammation and taking that down. And so they
Right.
do make these larger, like, tips for the body, and then the smaller ones for the face, neck, and chest
I wish we
area.
could just have one in our house. Like every household could have a Glacial. I wish that would be.
Well, I'm going to start by asking the Glacial team over there if you could just book out one machine for the whole day for Captain Sandy.
Yeah.
He would
Come
really
pick it up.
appreciate
You can
it.
roll
And,
it.
right?
Yeah.
So
I mean, because
one day for Sandy
I got a gift certificate to go get cryo.
yeah.
So I thought, that's what Leah
Wait,
has.
have
But
you
what
done
about the
cryo
face?
yet?
I
I
have.
have not.
Wait,
but-
we're going to talk about that in a minute, but I want to finish the talk about wellness. I can't remember the singer's name who did Don't Worry, Be Happy. What's his name?
Pharrell Williams.
Pharrell Williams. I love that song.
Yeah.
That song makes you happy.
Yeah.
But the don't worry part in skincare doesn't work for be happy.
Right.
Right? You're happy
Right.
if you add product and you get facials and you take care of your skin.
Mm-hmm.
There's a little effort into it. It's a
Yes.
journey, right? It
Yes.
doesn't just happen tomorrow that you
Right.
fix your skin and you're
No.
done for life
Right.
along the way as
Yeah.
well.
And I'm all about trusting a brand and the people behind it, like you said. And so, yes, you can have amazing marketing and you can have everything, but if you don't have the technology and ingredients and the product to back that marketing, people know. They're not dumb. They're it's like it could be a one and done, but I feel very secure about being behind a brand like Glacial because I know people, they come back, they rebook, they love it. And
That's the
so
true tell,
that's
right?
the true tell.
It's when you rebook. It's that, just like her product. I said, when they buy the second one and the third one, NTV,
Yep.
6 episodes. After 6, you've made it. Up to 6,
She's on season 11 now.
Still
Yeah.
testing. Wait,
it
11
is.
years.
That is really
Oh my-
it. 6 episodes.
No.
You're hoping for the 7th.
By the way, you have fans here too, because my friend Brian McGee is a huge fan, doesn't miss your show for 11
nice.
years. So.
Keep watching.
Well,
Tell
you
your friends.
add one more to the numbers, right?
Yeah.
But
All
it
right,
is true.
let's talk about technology in the spa channel because we know Glacial Skin is leading the way. Technology is super critical, but I always remind people you have a core business, right? And for you, you know this, your core business is facials. I mean, you've got to get in close and it's very emotional to have
It is.
someone right here
Yeah.
working
personal.
on their, right?
It's very, very personal. I mean, it's really an hour therapy session, whether it's through touch. They talk about everything that's going on in their life, and your skin really does tell you what's going on the inside of you. That's how we know when people have allergic reactions and if they're stressed
Or cancer, or things like that.
And so your skin shows it all. And so I literally can look at someone and say, oh, well, they drink too much, or they are gluten intolerant. Or I've had women who I sat down and I said, do you have female issues going on, like endometriosis or ovarian cysts? Like, it's so crazy how I just know now the skin shows all of those things.
Right.
And then how to have the knowledge behind what you do to treat it correctly, because you can be trained by Glacial or any of the machines that you end up in your industry. But if you don't know why you're choosing what you're choosing for each and every individual person, then, you should be able to look at someone and say, oh, I need to use vitamin C on them, or I know how to mix a peel. I know how to do this and this. And it's I don't know. It's beautiful industry.
You
All
were
right.
talking about the laser, like last night.
Yeah, the
I said,
laser.
just hire someone. She goes, I'm never letting anyone
I'm
touch
never
my
letting anyone
laser."
touch my laser.
Okay, so wait, I need to know, does she give you 1 hour therapy sessions, but she tells you she's doing a facial? Is that what it is?
You know,
I just make out with her.
I love it. That's
Yeah.
good. Why
And lots
not?
of kisses.
That's a real
Yeah,
facial,
it's a real
right? When
facial.
you-
Yeah.
everybody gets off the table and everybody's smiling.
Yeah, she's
right?
very happy.
As it should be.
But yeah,
No, I talk too
but
much.
yeah.
He's like, stop talking.
Now, yes, when I have a dermaplane or a blade in my hand, I go, babe, you cannot move, please. This is a blade. But the glacial calms her. It's very
Yes.
soothing and stuff. But yeah,
Okay, so
The glacial does
it
calm
does calm
me.
you.
you guys know my kids tell me, Dad, you're self-diagnosed ADD, right? Because my switch is either on all the time or it's off. But when I go in and I'm going to get a facial or I'm going to get a massage, I just turn the switch off, right? I don't really like to talk. I don't want to hear anything. And I tend to find that an hour of just mental well-being.
Yes.
Sometimes the results, even though the results from Glacial are amazing, every time I get off the table, I look at Nicole and I get the big grin on my face after I look in the mirror, and then she doesn't like me to tip her, but I do anyway. So
Yeah, take the tip.
take the tip. Always take the tip money, right? But there's a very much a wellness part of getting a treatment.
Right.
And the old story about like the animal kingdom, right? They all kiss and they peck and they clean and stuff. And sometimes you meet humans and they're like out here like this. It's like you can get a little closer. We're
Right.
not dangerous,
Right.
right? So
Right.
for me, getting treatments in our industry is
Yeah.
a huge part
And
of that. So-
know why you're picking something for your practice.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, it's exciting to see all these new trends coming out
Yeah.
and all these machines and stuff, but not everybody can afford
Yeah.
these machines. I'm not a plastic surgeon, so I can't like drop dough on all these different lasers. and
Well,
machines.
not that $150,000
Yeah.
laser that you want.
No. So I do have like IPL, laser genesis, vascular and stuff, but Glacial is a must for the industry because it is a cooling cryoaesthetics for the face. Like I tired of putting ice globes in my refrigerator.
Yep. Me too, actually.
And this was, if any estheticians are out there and practices that are wondering, this is a sure thing. And it's safe and you can't mess up. You definitely need to know ingredients of the glacial
Yep. Experience.
gloss and stuff, and no, some people are allergic to different papaya and things like that. But yeah, I mean, it's been a great experience so
So
far.
I know we're here on Glacial's behalf, but we're
Yes.
talking about emerging trends in
Yes,
technology.
yeah.
And I just love to show
Yeah.
this because it travels
I've been
with me.
wondering.
So,
I know.
If we were
This
in
is-
Vegas,
I thought it was a
wait a minute,
flashlight.
this isn't what it first looks like, okay? It's
yeah.
something else.
If we were in
But-
Las Vegas, I'd be concerned.
So
but
with all the travel that I do, I have to have a health kit that I
Okay.
call it. So part of my health kit is getting facials and getting massage. I got a massage right before I left as well, knowing I was going to see the Glacial team here
Yeah.
and get it. But I use different essential oil sprays,
Mm-hmm.
but something I'm totally in love with is salt. So
Oh, yeah.
this is a salt stick.
Oh,
And
wow.
it's super cool. So the top comes off and you put in, this is just pharmaceutical grade sodium.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't hear it. It holds it for 10 seconds
You
and
just
it
breathe it
grinds
in?
it down. And you take the top off and you can see,
oh yes. Oh, you suck it in.
so you can take it in through your lungs.
Yeah.
You can do it through your nostrils. It's traveled with me for 10 years and it's part of my health routine. And that's my
Yes.
bigger thing with technology is you have to have
Yes.
things.
Like the salt rooms and all that.
Stall rooms, I love them. So
That's
you can see
amazing.
Or
it.
just go to sea.
Cool, right?
Yeah, or just
Yo,
go,
go
or
to
go on a
sea.
boat.
Can we book a cruise before we leave?
Yes, totally.
Okay. So technology,
That's amazing.
AI is a huge part of our industry going forward. And just talked about this at a different conference where I reminded people that yes, ChatGPT can be your friend, right? And proximity and Firefly and Grammarly AI, and it goes on and on and on. But we have a core business.
Yes.
The core business is putting the right makeup and skincare on the skin. The core business is getting work done and sticking to the basics. And that's actually true in both of your businesses. Because when I watch your show, and the deckhands are moving around and there is a place and a spot for everything, right? Like
Yeah.
everything has to be done in an order
Yeah.
and be done right. It's not any different in our industry.
I
That's why I'm
know.
like that at home.
Yeah, she's like that at home. I'm like, seriously, my
Wait, does she
skincare
have a
drawer,
checklist for you? Is that what you do with her?
No.
except my skincare drawer. It's like I'm like, just leave that alone, please. You open it, and it's like an explosion
touch the
don't touch my
skincare drawer, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's true though. I mean, that way, if there's an emergency, you know where it's at,
right.
and you go.
Let's talk. I've got so many questions
Yeah, there's
here,
a lot
but
of questions
I want
here.
to talk about cold therapy because it fits right in with what Glacial does. And by the way, you've had glacial facials, and it's people. It's not freezing. We're not talking about a cold plunge, so your face feels good. It just adds an amazing coolness to
Yes.
it. But cold therapy period is great. So in Phoenix, most of us have pools because it's the nature of 110 and 115 degrees. So I swam in my pool down to about 50. In fact, I think, Brian, didn't I send you 50.3 degrees was the last day that I had the wherewithal to dive into the pool.
You dove in.
And I swim 6 lengths of the pool, and then I chill for 2 minutes. And swimming is double cold on your
Yeah.
skin. But it worked for me down to that temperature. And then I went, okay, time out. It's getting too cold.
Yeah.
I can't get in
Yes.
anymore. But the cold, you would know better than I would. The vascularness, the movement of the blood. You sleep like a baby. Everything about cold just it's life improving,
It sends your
right?
body into shock. It's shock. It resets your whole circulatory system.
That's what it is. It's a shock to the
It
system.
shocks it. Yeah.
By the way, in full disclosure, ask your doctor first, okay? Don't go deep cold. You don't have to be crazy like I am before you decide that you're going to jump
I
in.
Meanwhile,
refuse.
our pool's on 95
I do
degrees.
not
all the
jump.
time, right? Yeah.
I do not care for that.
Yeah.
I do not jump in cold water. But I will do cryotherapy. And I will put the glacial on my face.
So
But
did you get in the cryo booth at the?
no,
You didn't
there
have
was
time.
I didn't have time.
You were
I
working.
was focusing, yeah, but
So we had the cryo booth was there, and it's amazing. And then there was 2
Is
different.
there one here?
did they have it here maybe? I don't know.
I don't think cryo is here, but don't hold me out. I don't remember. We'd have to check the floor schedule. But there was also a couple cold plunges there. And I love how nice. There's a group out of Wisconsin. The name is skipping my mind, but they now make it. You step up the 2 steps. It's maybe about the table size around. And you can just hop right in and hop right out. And their machine fits under
You'll
the
love
bench. And you can also turn it up to 104 degrees. So you can use the cold plunge as a hot tub as well.
It's amazing.
I know,
just
but I
is.
love everything about cold
Yes.
therapy. It's the most invigorating thing. And sometimes I think it's a lot of mind over matter.
It is.
But wait,
Yeah.
Sandy, in the Mediterranean, the water never gets cold like that. It doesn't?
Yeah, yeah, of course it does.
Well, in the winter. But when you're out, people go in the water, what's the temperature?
It's like, I would say low 80s.
Okay, well, you can live in low 80s, right? You cannot live in minus 50.
No.
People aren't going in the water when it's 50
See,
degrees.
I'm always a wife
You are.
taking care of her.
There's the water.
I know when she needs the water.
See, and we know it's good for your
good for
skin
your
on
skin,
top
too.
of it,
Yes.
Social media.
Yes.
Let's talk, because for you with your show and for you with your skincare, social media is everything today, right?
is.
Can you, either one of you, start and address how you're using social media?
Okay, in full disclosure to everyone out there,
No.
I am from a generation that does not do social
She
media.
hands me her phone.
Hang on, I'm older than
Yes.
you, so I get it.
And
She hands me.
I
her
have
phone.
to tell you, I do not want carpal tunnel.
No.
Like,
I'm getting it. It's horrible.
yes. So what I do is when I'm feeling good with my arm and I'm not socially, because I grew up where we were outside connecting
Right.
physically.
Of course.
Right. So I have a hard time connecting through a camera. I connect this way because energy is important. It's important to not let social media drive your life. But yes, it can drive your business. But my business is not social media.
No, in
my
fact-
business is I speak.
Yeah.
My business is personal. And I think if you're constantly on social media, you are missing out on so much life. And it's so important that people find the balance.
I love that you say that. I've seen several tattoos that say, be here now. And I think that says everything, because even as you walk the show, and Brian and I talk about this a lot, it's like, Okay, there's people in front of your booth and you're sitting on your cell phone, and what the heck
Yes,
is
there's a
that
time
all
and a
about?
place. Yes.
Right? No, I
Yeah.
never saw you on your phone.
No.
At the last convention,
No.
you were out front of the
Yes.
booth.
I
You
love
were
people.
talking away.
Yes.
That surprises you that she was chatting the whole time.
No,
No,
she's
I love
great.
it.
I
I
bring
love
her.
it.
So Bravo now
I love people and
includes
networking.
Leah on my emails and texts when something needs to be posted.
I love
Yes.
it.
Yeah.
They go to her.
Wait, and you
because
have
they know me.
Bravo's doing social anyway, so that
Yeah.
part
Well,
of
they have
yours
a
is coming.
team.
Okay, Leah, tell me how with your skincare line that you're using social media.
Yeah, I mean, in all, like you said, it's like personal relationships and people feel like they get to know you and stuff. But I mean, it is you have to be strategic, and why are you posting what you're posting? I had to learn that and be very strategic behind it all. And so and when you go to your page, people should know automatically who you are and what you do. Before I was a little all over the place.
Right.
And now it's like, no, I'm Leah. I'm a esthetician. I'm a mom. I'm a wife to Sandy. And so I think that's all. But I love social media.
Okay, our industry is Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Is
Yes.
that the same for you, or is there
Yes.
something different going on?
I love all of that.
Yeah.
I love all of that. But I am getting the tennis elbow, and it's awful. And I think, oh my gosh! And then I have
You already
to do,
had a shot.
I already had a
Glacial,
shot.
she's gonna need a little elbow
Yeah, I
work
need
here
some
after
elbow
we're
work.
done. Yeah.
And so it's just, you have to take care of yourself first.
Yes.
And then you have to protect yourself with social media, because you will get feedback that you don't want at times, and ignore that part. And I mean, but I'm a huge social media person.
But AI is going to help us all, right?
I want
Yes,
to talk a little
AI.
more about that in 1 sec. But Glacial, what's your tag or your hashtag? Where do people find you on social? Glacial.skin.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. And the website is glacialskin.com. Okay, so make sure you find Glacial. No joke. Otherwise, we don't
Oh,
get
no.
paid.
Yeah.
We don't get paid.
You're getting
anyway.
paid?
No,
He just gives tips.
I do this for love and I tip.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm good at both of them along the way.
And that's another thing is, you love something when honestly, the money for me doesn't come first. Like, you just do right by your clients, and it's a result driven industry.
Yep.
And if you have results and people see those results, they will come back to you.
And I'm going to tell you a story. There was a lady that walked in she told me this yesterday. She did her skin and she never really goes back for a second time.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Okay, you tell the story.
This lady. No, that was good.
Okay, so it was her husband and all these people were commenting on her skin.
Yes.
So she went back to Leah.
I said, long time no see. She goes, well,
Well-
I didn't really know what to expect, but I've never had as many compliments on my skin as you, so I'm back. I said, great. Then we started talking, and you never know who's going to be in your chair ever. Like, if your agenda is truly because you're passionate and you don't know who someone is. I had no idea she was one of the first female founder of
An airline.
an airline.
Oh my.
And
Yeah.
a business consultant, and everything that I've been searching for a mentor for the skincare product that I came out with, because I'm a creator. I'm an artist. I'm learning business, and I love people and networking and sales, but the business side of things, I struggle at times with making decisions on what to do and how to get it out there. And so just this lady took me under her wing, and she's like, just email me and
Yeah.
ask me questions. So
But
surround
how
yourself
sweet
with
is
that.
that?
But it was
It's
her
so sweet.
skin,
But her
right?
skin brought her to me. It was all
You
about
did a
the
glacial
skin.
on her.
I
Yeah.
love it.
And other things.
Well, Sandy
Yeah.
and I were born about the same time. Actually, I'm a few years older than she is.
You guys
And
look
I've
great.
been 38 years in our industry, and people say to me all the time, why don't you retire already? And I say, I am retired. I'm working in retirement. This is what
Yes.
I'm doing. Because I love her
Love it.
business.
Love it.
I mean, it's so much fun to go out on the floor, even though I probably do it 20 times a year and should cut my show schedule back. But I can't seem
You
to
were
help
a
it
light.
because it's part of my blood.
You were such a light at that. I mean, you're a light that goes around, and every person that said, "Oh my gosh, like, you know Allan?" And I said, "Well, I met him, and everyone loves you.
You know why that is?
Everyone loves you."
Because I have pictures of all of them. They don't want released to the internet.
Oh, you're
so they have to
blackmailing
be
them?
nice to me.
Is that
That's
why
not true.
Is that why we do that photo shoot? It's blackmail. But no, they love you,
Yeah,
and
good.
it's an honor to meet you, and have someone like you represent our industry.
Well, I know you guys want to get on the floor, but I got a couple more things, and I wanted
Yes.
to drive back to AI because you brought it up.
Oh, the
So
AI, yeah.
you cannot decide you're not going to be engaged in AI. AI is already,
Take it.
it's part of our life, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you can't get away from it. So how are you using AI on any given day?
So,
Does it occur to you?
I'm a Trekkie.
Yeah.
So resistance is futile. For those out there that know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about.
Star Trek.
Yeah. Original.
Original. Really original.
Original.
Yeah.
And I am learning more about it.
Yeah.
I don't let it write my speeches because you need that human element. And I don't really write speeches, to be honest. Leah taught me this. Is the
I said,
trigger.
I don't know why you even write them, because you end up talking completely the other
opposite.
Like she
But
has so much passion.
It's cathartic to write
what
it and
I
then
use it-
speak what you
What
want.
I'm using it
She's such a
for,
good speaker.
I was reading about the social media side because the fans really want that engagement. And I've noticed they've changed. Instagram, they've all changed. You get less comments.
Yeah.
And even on the people that I know that engage, they still have less comments. I'm not sure why that is.
Do you think we're over data driven every day?
Because I like
Heavy. Yeah.
yeah, because I get thousands of messages, thousands of messages. There's no way in the world I could keep up. No way in the world, because the amount of messages that come in on my social media, people watch the show.
Yep.
It's a very popular show. And there's a lot of the franchises. Bravo's a great network. Like they know how to, it's the hook.
Yeah.
And unlike an actor, when you're doing reality, they think they know you. It's more personal.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
So
Emotional connection.
yes.
Yes.
And it's, I can't tell you how many people write me and say how I helped them, like the leadership. Also, I'm sober. So I'm, on TV, I talk about that and how many people have gotten sober and email me or social DM me. I'm like, DMs. That's the new
Right.
email is the DMs, right?
Right.
So
AI.
AI.
Yeah. Do you
I
use it in
mean,
your business in any way?
I do. Because sometimes, because I'm a songwriter,
Yep.
sometimes I get stuck with how I want to word something, and it'll trigger a thought that I didn't really think about. So it's more of a trigger for me to write something that maybe I didn't think about it that way.
I'm
when you're talking and you're using AI, people know it's AI.
Yes, I
You
had an
said
article.
In our wedding,
Yeah.
when Nadine was going over her vows, that was how she was going over
Yeah.
what is she
The vows?
yeah. No, she wrote something and you go, that's AI. You knew
Oh,
immediately
yeah. I'm like,
it was AI.
yes, yes.
So people know.
Yes, and someone wrote an article about me launching the skincare product and the whole thing. It was a known editor, and our PR friend set me up with this interview with him, and he launches this article.
Totally AI.
It was the most incorrect, like it was all wrong. Who I was, the whole thing, and she was mortified that these editors are being lazy and not reading before they hit send.
So I'm not blaming the new generation coming up, but everyone's getting lazy. And it's just what I said to you, Sandy, a minute ago, which is, I think people are just data overloaded. I mean, I run the Spa Industry Association, get 500 or 600 emails a day into my own box. So I've had to be really conscious about how I do it. So I've got one more question I want to chat with you guys, but I want to thank Glacial for hosting us today. Remember, they're on social media at glacial.skin, and you can go to their website at glacialskin.com, and I know you guys want to get down on the floor. So the last thing I've noticed a lot of is localization of everything spa. Like when people travel, they don't just say, oh, give me a facial. They want to say, well, what ingredients are you using that come from the Sedona Hills, etc. So everything kind of has to have a good story, right?
Yes. Yes. You want to answer that?
No, I don't.
We use
my
salt
story-
water from the Mediterranean.
my
The
story
temperature's
is-
84.
So here's what I tell the truth.
Yeah.
In everything I do. That's why AI can never write my speech, because I just tell the truth.
I love
I
it.
don't try to
Yes.
make it up. So I have
Yes.
no idea what you're talking about.
No, it's okay. I just put it on her face. No, but it's so true, right?
Yeah.
Like, I think that, again, it's those relationships and trusting people who truly study, like, all the different trends and think the latest and the greatest. And then being open to just learning something new that you haven't thought about before. I know that I'm interested in going to Korea because I know it seems as if they're really far beyond forward thinking with the newest and latest, and so I think we should go to Korea and
Let's go.
and go.
Well, they call it K-Skin, and
yeah,
so it's
and
all
so-
over the
and
floor down here
and
as
just
well.
do something that's new and different and that hasn't been done before. So so yeah, I mean,
Well, Leah Yawn, Sandy Yawn,
Yes,
Allan Share.
Allan Share.
Thank you to Glacial for hosting us today. Find them at glacialskin.com, ladies. It's been a pleasure.
you're a great host.
Thank you. And friends, please be kind to one another.
Yeah.
Yes,
And do the
be
next
kind.
right thing, always.
And that's a wrap for today's episode of the Glam Report. A big thank you to our guests for sharing their expertise and insights. We hope you found today's episode as inspiring and informative as we did. To our amazing listeners out there, thank you so much for tuning in. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to subscribe, rate, and share it with others who are passionate about wellness, skincare, learning about industry trends, and how to be successful in their aesthetic business. Until next time, keep glowing and radiating your best self.